lo que pasó, a ti te lo cuento. A ti means literally to you, and the expression te lo cuento means I'll tell you or I'll let you know, and it's a common way to let someone know you're about to start a story. Cuento comes from the verb contar, which means both to count and to tell. And the same word cuento is used to refer to a story. That gives us a clue on how this verb is used here. It may be a bit confusing because te lo cuento is actually conjugated in the present, meaning literally I tell it to you. But the actual use of this expression is to introduce something that will be said in the near future.
No creas que no dolió, o que me lo invento.
No creas que no dolió o que me lo invento. No creas could be translated into don't believe or don't think. It is the negative imperative conjugation of creer, literally to believe. So we use this expression to request someone to not believe something or not think of something as true. Then we have this phrase starting with the pronoun me, which refers to me or myself. And being this song written in the first person form, we'll come across with it a lot. Lo invento can either mean I invent it or I make it up. So me lo invento can be literally translated into I invented to myself. But the expression me lo invento actually means I'm making it up. And this is a colloquially accepted expression.
Así es que se dio.
Así es que se dio. Así es que se dio works as an equivalent to the English expression this is how it turned out. The word así has several meanings, but in this context it translates into this. Es que here means is how. Se is an indirect object pronoun to refer to him, her, or it, and dio here means happened, and is the preterite of dar in the second person. Now, I know dar commonly means to give, but in the context of telling a story, dar can be used to refer to an event happening or taking place in a particular way.
Yo tenía mi bebé, era algo bien especial.
Yo tenía mi bebé, era algo bien especial. You may already know algo means something, and especial is an adjective meaning special. And we have bien in between those two, which is most commonly translated into good or well. But here, bien is used to exaggerate the adjective, just like very or really do in English.
Pero me obsesioné con algo que a él le hacía mal.
Pero me obsesioné con algo que a él le hacía mal. Obsesioné is the preterite draw conjugation of obsesionar, to obsess. When combined with the pronoun me obsesioné refers to the action of becoming obsessed. So even if the literal translation would be I obsessed, it actually means I became obsessed. And here we have another tricky one, le hacía mal. Le is an indirect object pronoun meaning to him, her, or it, and hacía mal means made bad. So the literal translation to this would be it made bad to him. But le hacía mal refers to something having hurt someone, so it's an equivalent of it hurt him.
Miles de canciones en mi mente y él me lo notaba.
Miles de canciones en mi mente y él me lo notaba. In some locations like Cuba or southern Spain, dropping the last letter S from words is pretty common. This is graphically represented with an apostrophe replacing the S, like in this example, canzone. When it comes to pronunciation, if the following word starts with a vowel, the S sound is replaced by a soft H that links both words. So instead of saying canciones en mi mente, you'd say canciones en mi mente. As a general rule, you should always pronounce the letter S in Spanish words, but it's fine if you want to try this pronunciation when speaking casually in regions that use it. The expression me lo notaba means he noticed it, and here we have me lo again, as in me lo invento. But being preceded by the pronoun él this time, we know it refers to him performing an action towards her. And that action is notaba, the imperfect form of notar. This verb has a few meanings, but in this context it can be translated into noticing, perceiving, or feeling.
Tantas veces que me lo decía, yo como si nada.
Y él tantas veces que me lo decía, y yo como si nada. This is another example where the letter S was dropped from words. Rosalía said tanta vece instead of tantas veces, which means so many times. Como si nada literally means like if nothing, but it's actually an adverbial phrase that indicates someone is acting without paying attention or without listening. When someone talks to you and you act como si nada, it means you keep doing what you're doing, pretty much ignoring them. This phrase is also used in other contexts to express something challenging has been done easily or without much effort, similarly to the English phrase just like that. For example, vino una ola gigante y el surfista la tomó, como si nada. Watching music videos on FluentU is a game changer, because with FluentU you get to follow song lyrics with their English translations below and click on words and phrases as necessary to quickly get their definitions, including slang. Plus, the video dictionary feature shows you other videos where a certain word or expression is used, which makes it easy for you to understand exactly how a word is used so that you'll be able to use it confidently later. And there are even more exciting tools in FluentU that will turn your favorite music into a full language learning experience. So click the link below and get a free trial for 2 weeks.
Es mala amante la fama y no va a quererte de verdad.
Es mala amante la fama y no va a quererte de verdad. De verdad means real or for real. It is also an adverbial phrase formed by the preposition de, which has multiple translations, being the most common of and from, and verdad, which means truth. For example,
Primero, ¿es un Hellcat de verdad? Primero, ¿es un Hellcat de verdad?
Es demasiado traicionera y como ya viene se te va.
es demasiado traicionera y como ella viene, se te va. Demasiado is a shortened version of demasiado. Just like with the letter S, the letter D is also another that can be dropped in colloquial Spanish. The use of this pronunciation also depends on the region, but it's most commonly used with words ending in ado, like demasiado. Traicionera here means treacherous. The suffix ero or era have lots of uses, but one of them is to create adjectives out of nouns. In this case, the adjective traicionera was created out of traición, betrayal or treachery, to talk about someone that usually betrays others. The expression como viene, se va means literally as it comes, it goes. It's derived from fácil viene, fácil se va, which is the equivalent to the English expression easy comes, easy goes. This is used to refer to something that can be quickly obtained but quickly lost, like la fama, the fame. A couple of pronouns were added there for rhythmic reasons, but in normal speech those would have been omitted as they tend to be implied in context.
Sabe que será celosa, yo nunca le confiaré.
Sabe que será celosa, yo nunca le confiaré. Nunca means never, and confiaré means will trust, since it is the future tense of confiar, to trust. And in between those, we have again the indirect object pronoun le, which means to him, her, or it. So, nunca le confiaré can be translated into I will never trust her. This is also a case where something has been said in an unusual way in order to fit the song's rhyme. A more common way of saying this actually is nunca confiaré en ella.
Si quiere duerme con ella, pero nunca la vayas a casar.
Si quiere, duerme con ella, pero nunca la vayas a casar. Here we have nunca again, meaning never, followed by another pronoun, la. This is a direct object pronoun, so it's used to replace a female direct object in a sentence, which in this example is ella, her. Vayas is the subjunctive of the verb ir, to go, so when combining nunca and vayas, even if we have a pronoun in between, this translates into the expression don't ever. And finally, a casar means to marry. So altogether, nunca la vayas a casar can be translated into don't ever marry her. But this again, even if it is correct, isn't the usual way to say this in Spanish. It was phrased like that to fit the song, but a more natural way to say it would be nunca te vayas a casar con ella.
Lo que pasó me ha dejado en vela.
Lo que pasó me ha dejado en vela. The indirect object pronoun me is used to refer to me, the yo person in the sentence, And ha dejado is an expression conjugated in the present perfect. This verb tense is used to indicate either something has happened recently or started to happen in the past and continues going on in the present. It's formed by a present indicative of the verb haber, to have, which in this case is ha, plus another verb in the past participle, which in this case is dejado, from the verb dejar, to leave. Finally, en vela, literally in candle, is actually an adverbial phrase meaning awake or sleepless. So, me ha dejado en vela means it has left me sleepless. You may want to review these phrases later, so we prepared a free PDF. Click the link in the description below.
La sangre le hierve, siempre quiere más.
La sangre le hierve, siempre quiere más. The expression la sangre le hierve, or most commonly le hierve la sangre, is used like when in English you say something makes someone's blood boils. This is usually used to describe a state of anger or other strong bad feelings.
Puñaladitas da su ambición.
Puñaladitas da su ambición. As in demasiado, the letter D in puñaladitas was omitted, so it's pronounced puñaladitas instead. This word is the plural diminutive of puñalada, which translates into the noun stab, and this is followed by da from the verb dar, to give. Dar puñaladas or to give stabs is the same as performing the action of stabbing, so we could translate puñaladitas da su ambición into just her ambition stabs.
En el pecho afilada es lo peor.
En el pecho afilada es lo peor. Afilada means sharp. It is the female form of afilado, also meaning sharp. This can be used both to refer to a cutting object and also a hurtful comment. So we could say, for example,
Ahora voy a cambiar de cuchillo para coger uno que esté un poquito más afilado. Ahora voy a cambiar de cuchillo para coger uno que esté un poquito más afilado.
or la afilada crítica de tu madre me hizo sentir mal. Here's another lesson for you to keep learning Spanish with songs. In this video, we break down Luis Fonsi's Despacito and discuss more expressions that I bet will be new to you. See you there!